Hello my friends, welcome to a new video. Today a comparison between the Thrustmaster T818 and the CAMMUS C12. Price and availability is a big difference between these two wheelbases. At one hand you have the CAMMUS C12 that comes in at $550, which roughly is €507, and at the other hand you have the Thrustmaster T818, which comes in at €650. The problem is with the T818 that it is just a wheelbase, so if you want a steering wheel with this, you will have to rack out another 200 euros to get a steering wheel. If you look at the design, there are two differences that I want to point out. One, of course, is the depth of the C12, 6.5 centimeters, versus the very big block of the T818. It is more handy to put your screen closer with the C12 than with the T818. The T818 it obstructed a bit my view when I was using it because it is this big. So if you have a bit of an older rig, then there is a possibility that it won't fit your T818 because the holes are just too close to each other, both in width as in depth. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue. I don't have this issue with the C12, so it fitted on my Simex Pro rig without any issue.
Perhaps a last thing to add for design, the Thrustmaster base can be customized with optional side plates to a different color. Something that, seen the rather unorthodox design, is not really possible on the C12. When it comes to the oh so important LED lights, Thrustmaster has its octagonal ring on the front, and the C12 has those fantastic individually programmable light-up buttons on the steering wheel. Both companies seem to understand the importance of customization very well.
Build quality is also a big difference. The T818 completely made out of plastic. You have like the metal sides that you can exchange, but they don't really have any function. And you have the latch for the quick release, which is made out of metal, and the rest is made out of plastic. With the C12, yeah, you have two plastic buttons and a bit of carbon fiber, and the rest is metal. And this is a big difference in build quality. I mean, you would have expected with the price of the T818 that it would be completely out of metal, but it's not.
And it's not only the base, the steering wheel and the button box of the C12 just feels of such higher quality than any of the Thrustmaster steering wheels available, even including the €400 costing SF1000, which I actually liked a lot.
So when it comes to technology, there are also a few changes. Of course, you have with the T818 an internal rotor, and with the C12 the external rotor. C12 12 Nm, the T818 10 Nm. Third difference would be that the quick release is available on the T818 and it's not on the C12. So that are a bit the differences in technology. Here also you have some bumps in the road, then you have a piece which has no bumps at all. You can all feel it in the vibration. Here also a double boop boop. So that's a difference. T818 is a bit sharper when it comes to those details. With sharper I mean that you can just feel them more clear. My favorite corner. You have the imperfections in the road, the centrifugal force pushing me to the left. Curbs feel very well here with the C12. I think a bit better than with the T818. Another thing is when you go into the gravel or the grass, that the difference of texture that you feel is better with the C12. And the same here, you have some imperfections, some not, so you can really feel the condition of the road here. Also the curbs, you can feel them. It's less pronounced, I would say. The curbs don't give that much of a jolt like with the C12. So I think there you can see the difference in power a bit still. Also, a main difference is the steering wheel. So I took the cheapest steering wheel with the T818, the cheap steering wheel which was not made out of plastic and measures 30 centimeter. But the difference with what they bring here from CAMMUS is huge. I absolutely love the C12 in BeamNG. So soft, it just feels good. It feels so smooth and just enough counterforce. I really enjoy using this wheel in this game. It's horribly good. It's horribly good. But look at that, so smooth, and the return to center is it's perfect. It just feels perfect. Not too fast, not too slow. To have this set up a bit that it feels good is not so easy because of the limited software and you don't have the ability to like start the game from the software. You have to change a lot of things in game itself. With the C12 it was very easy. I just launched the application from the CAMMUS software and it already felt good. I didn't have to make any changes, just play the game. Not so much with the T818. I really needed to adapt quite a few things in game itself, and even at this moment I'm not 100% content with what I have, but it's not bad. It's a very good sensation. A lot of detail again in this space if I compare it to the C12.
The difference of the settings, and for that matter the software used to configure the wheelbases, is really key. I understand the philosophy of keeping it simple, but this does not mean you shouldn't give the more advanced users a choice to tinker with the settings. The CAMMUS software is a continuous work in progress, but already at the current 1.5.74 version, it is many times more useful than the Thrustmaster software. Fortunately, there is light at the end of the tunnel for the T818. Last week, Thrustmaster released the beta of a new control panel. Unfortunately, I didn't see much improvements to the settings and the focus seemed to be more on the UI, but there is hope, I would say.
Compatibility for both is the same, it's just PC. Thrustmaster has a very large ecosystem. They have different pedals, they have different steering wheels, they have a shifter, they have multiple shifters, they have a handbrake. So they really have a nice ecosystem for the T818. But there is just one, and I simply cannot wrap my head around it, and that is the steering wheel that I have on the C12. They don't have it at Thrustmaster. So a 30 centimeter leather steering wheel is something which doesn't exist in the Thrustmaster ecosystem at this moment. The ecosystem at CAMMUS is still limited. You have pedals that you can buy, but no shifter, no handbrake. There are a couple steering wheels also that you can buy of them, but that is it. Now for the C12, what is interesting is that they used like a standard of holes that you can. So you can just take a standard steering wheel of 70mm and then you just can put it on the C12 if it fits around the button box. So that is very interesting also for the C12.
both these wheelbases are incredible to drive. While the CAMMUS LP8 was no competition when it came to driving sensation against the T818, the C12 certainly is. If I would have to pick the best base between both, I would still say the T818, but only with a very fine margin, because I just love the road details it generates that much. If you look at the complete picture, the overall winner is a C12. For the price they are asking, they deliver a compact and powerful wheelbase of very decent quality with plenty of detail and a sublime feeling steering wheel. Their out-of-the-box thinking make the C12 a worthy competitor not only for the T818 but for all the brands out there. The only reason why I would recommend the T818 over the C12 is when you own an SF1000 wheel already, or you really need to swap your steering wheels in less than a minute. For all the rest, the CAMMUS C12 is absolutely the wheelbase to pick between these two.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you had something from this video. As always, leave a like, leave a comment if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.